Welcome to another episode of Two Ways to Say. I am your boy KC, and what is food name is? What is your name?
First of all, my name is Ashley. Everybody already knows that it's Ashley Renee. So,
Oh,
period.
oh, did y'all know that? I ain't think y'all
You
did. That's
got
what I
a
was trying to see.
problem?
I do.
What's the problem?
Yeah, I'll fix it later. So anyway,
No, fix it now.
you don't want me to do that. You don't want me to do that because I will. You don't want me to do that. I'm gonna spare you today.
Oh,
I spare you. Anyway,
yeah.
what is your song of the day? I don't have time for this. What is your song of the day?
Oh my God. You know, I get so googly, but my song and I made sure I had it for today. So it is I Believe in Me and You by Whitney Houston. I believe in you and me. I said me and you then. It's you and me. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that we will be in love eternally. As far as I can see, you will always be the one for me.
Oh,
Shout out, shout out. He know what I'm talking about. But that's my
okay.
song of the day.
Oh, okay. Like you're in your feelings and you
I'm
are
always in
sim
my feelings.
nasty. You're sim nasty. So look, my song of the day is she a better. She's showing her penny. She shaking
She's
like
shaking
jelly.
like jelly. Hey,
It's in the deli.
hey. She like him already. He
You
want
want
the
the
one,
walk,
but
but
I
I
just
just want
want
the
Fetty.
fetty. And I'm begging their
It's
partner
fine.
on
It's fine.
petty.
I'm petty.
I'm petty.
Call me a BYE in my
Like eating my
honey.
honey. You know, it's what money.
Money.
I get a
Get
lot.
a lot.
Taking a
Take
spot.
a spot. If you ain't
If
cooking,
you
then
ain't
get off
cooking,
the
then get off
pot.
the pot. My name
My
Ice,
name
but I
Ice,
always
but
stay
I always
high.
stay hot. Passenger princess.
It passed me his nah.
No. What is what?
That is look. I said nah.
Baddest look on the block. Me and Baddest be
Yo,
getting
not
along. So
long.
they
So
always
they
singing
always
my
be singing my
song.
song. Stepping outside, I'm gonna put that on.
Oh.
300 and then I
And I
perform.
perform.
You know I'm gonna get to the
Get to
bag.
the bag. All the
All the
hating
hate
to the
to
back.
the bag. Too much to lose.
To lose. So I
So I
cannot
cannot
react.
react. Damn, just be
Damn,
going
bitches be going
outside.
outside.
They do. They really do. That's the
Oh,
crazy
how
part about it.
real
Real say we in
sad.
the age of streamers, and that's a job now. So of course we see a lot of people on streams. I actually saw Kevin Hart on one with Cal. I don't know if you saw him and Juice Kid was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just. I'm guessing that's just Jimmy Fallon now. You know, everybody do his streams, and that's just where is it. So anyway, I don't know if anybody know the streamer. His name Talil. Well, if you don't, you will know for what just happened. But his name that quick. Michael Rainey Jr. Yes, if you know the one that played Ghost Son on Power. He was on his stream
Tariq.
like I think
Tariq.
yeah, Tariq. If you watched or seen, he was on his stream like maybe like last week or this week, I think. And while he was on there, something real bad happened to him. And I'm not, I don't like that word, so I'm gonna say SA. I see people, a lot of people use the abbreviation for it, so I'm gonna just say SA. And if you don't know what it
Okay.
is, sexual assault. But I'm gonna say SA for the video.
Okay.
And the streamer's sister, um, I'm not gonna even say what they say the reason was. So she went down and reached to his pants and grabbed him, and then you see in the video she was holding on to it for a good longer than anybody should if they don't know you. But
Yeah.
it was about, I'd say about a good 10 seconds, which is long, especially in that type of situation. And you could say he was uncomfortable. He kind of was stuck. And then they kind of pulled him away. And then if you look in the video, the streamer's friend, he didn't know what was going on because his back was turned. But his friends or whoever was there kind of noticed what happened. And they was trying to do that. I don't know if you say like kind of trying to when something embarrassing happened to somebody, they was trying to like comfort him but laugh about it a little bit. And it's like he
Yeah.
still didn't know how to react. He still was kind of in just shock. And then I see after, he went on his story on Instagram and kind of talked about how he just didn't know how to react to it. he didn't really process it yet, and it's just serious to him, and it's serious in general. So when you saw that, like, what was your first thoughts? Just your first thoughts.
Okay, first thoughts, of course, there were children in
Yeah.
the room. So
Mm-hmm.
one, I just think even if that didn't happen, children just shouldn't be in that setting in
Mm-hmm.
general, right? So
Right.
even if you are playing around, all that, I just don't think that's just the type of setting for that age group to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Even a little older, it don't matter. Children,
Yeah.
18 or under. I'm gonna say 18 and under because I know 18
Mm-hmm.
is still like that age, but I'm still gonna say 18 and under just still
Right.
shouldn't be in there. So with Tariq, it's like, just looking at him and his facial expressions and just body language and all that. I kind of feel like it's almost a situation too with women where you just kind of gotta laugh it off when stuff awkward or
Mm-hmm.
somebody just make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So to me, that was that feeling. And
Mm-hmm.
her, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest because from what I heard, it was she was drunk type thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if you were drunk in that type of situation, that means you'll do that sober. I don't care what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been drunk, and it's certain things that I
I
know
just
I wouldn't have did if I was drunk because I wouldn't
mm-hmm.
do that if I was sober.
Right.
So turn it on,
Turn it
okay?
on. And same, like when I first saw it, it's like that. I think I had an immediate like disgust with certain stuff. Like it's not even why I gotta analyze it much. When you explicitly see what she doing, because I think I automatically put myself in, put yourself in them shoes. Like, dang, I didn't question if she was drunk. Like I don't think the explanation and stuff should have came behind it. Like you say, there's no excuse for it. So people saying, "Oh, this happened because she's drunk." I don't even think that's even the time to say it. It happened. She did it. Like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, she did it. I feel like you're in your right mind too. You know, it's a stream going on. You know, this boy in front of a camera. So you did it with all this knowledge of something. I don't care how drunk you get. And if you get that drunk and you don't remember nothing, that sounds like another problem. I mean, it ain't got any, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's even worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you send somebody they're drunk where they can do that to somebody, they
In
doing
a
two
room
things
full of
wrong.
dudes, let's be
Exactly.
for and not saying they'll do anything, but you still just gotta be
Yeah.
mindful. Let's be for
Yeah.
real.
And so you're doing two things wrong. So I don't know if people trying to like you can't come up with no plea for her. It's all bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now what I don't, which I expect though, because if you notice a lot of times when stuff like that happens to dudes, it's easier to brush that stuff off. Where it's kind of like I see a lot of response because men are in general, like I always say, are ignorant, especially on social media. But it's easy for people to kind of skip over like this. Not a now not comparing it to if it happens to a woman, but in general, when it happens to a man, it's kind of like it's nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like whatever. Like he'll get over it. Like oh, it's part of being a man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh, she just touch you down there because people do it in the real life. When if a
Mm-hmm.
girl, for instance, which this is a crazy example, but if he was in a party or something, and then a girl decides she want to dance on you, but she not letting you move, she literally just dancing on you.
Mm-hmm.
To the dudes around him, whatever, they'd be like, "Why you running from that dance?" Now, if a dude came behind a girl and went move from behind her from dancing, then the girls would look at him like he's, you know what I'm saying, like he a creep, like he doing something wrong, which it's the same thing. So
Right.
that's what I noticed with the comments in the media. It's just like I ain't saying there's a reason why men don't come out and say nothing, but at the same time, why don't child? Especially this being a younger dude too. I would think it's some type of like, you know what I'm saying? Like they literally go this ain't nobody gonna be thinking about this in a minute. They going because he a dude, it's kind of gonna be like, oh he'll get over it, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I do hate that part of it. Now over to when I saw the boy, he did an explanation after the fact. And he was basically saying, "Y'all want me to say something bad about my sister? Like, I'm not. I didn't know what was going on." Which I told you, I don't think he should have said that because it's kind of like if I'm saying something, it's either I'm gonna hold my folks accountable, or either
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't straddle the fence. Don't try to throw out nothing out there where people can understand the situation because it already happened. And so he was basically saying like, I don't want to say that bad about my sister. Y'all want me to say something bad about my sister, and I ain't know what was going on. Okay. And so that made a lot of people say that they were saying that your sister gonna stop your bag, or like the people you have around and your, in the streams or whatever is gonna mess you up.
Feel this need, especially the men,
Mm-hmm.
is I gotta take care of my whole family. No, that's not your obligation. Your obligation is to take care of yourself. Yes, I get it. Yes, we've all been through that struggle. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to see our family struggle, but at the same time, that is not you. You are not here. I don't care what nobody say. You're not on this earth to take care of nobody.
Yeah.
They have to take care of themselves, right? Especially if they're tarnishing your name. Like, let's be for real. Like I said, I'd just rather for you not to say anything. Am I gonna get on here and blast my brother? Probably not. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if it's something that I need to talk about that he probably did or something like that, then maybe yeah, but that's on him. You got to get out and talk
Mm-hmm.
about this. Now I'll try to convince you, like, hey, you might need to get out and speak about this
Mm-hmm.
now, or you can't be on no more of my screaming. But you're
Mm-hmm.
not about to use my platform to tarnish
Yeah.
what I done built. So that's just what it is. Yes, it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, you
Mm-hmm.
got to do what's best for you. So, and if that's your sister, then she'll understand. That's why I
Thank
be
you.
telling people, it's just like,
Thank you.
if they
Yeah.
don't get it, then that's not your friend. If they don't
Mm-hmm.
get it, then that's not your family. It's just,
Yeah. If they're in this type of situation where it's like they're being made uncomfortable in some way, even though we haven't been in the shoes, like what advice could you even give them? That's what I be thinking. Like, what advice could you give somebody in that type of situation?
I would say maybe like right after the situation, just go ahead and address it.
Mm-hmm.
And just let them know that that they made you feel uncomfortable. Now,
Yeah.
yes, make sure you're in the right setting. Now, I'm not saying this
Yes.
like the most hoodest person. He got grizzly and all. Do not address him. But I just feel like if you're in the right setting, you kind of got your family or something around you, like just go ahead and address that and try
Yeah.
to nip it in the bud right there, because I feel like that's the probably not even the only way, but one of the ways that just help stop it. So I don't know.
Yes. Good one. I'm just playing. But no, for real. And you basically said what I was gonna say, but I just add on top of it. Of course, I don't know if he was drinking and like that, but of course they want to say that she's she's drunk and whatever. And I think about a lot of when a lot of females go through it. When it comes to like that drinking and stuff, I do see a lot of females, they like to get drunk and stuff around a lot of men and just in
Hmm.
and I feel like you low key setting yourself in this. And we know it's not victim blaming. We know it is some sick people in this world, and we're at the point we can't get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they there. So I feel like you had to find a way to navigate them. So I would say like being drunk and doing all this crazy stuff, just don't set yourself in any situation. Like just think about stuff that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Like you should not be in no
Right.
closed room with many dudes any type of way. Like even though in this situation she was the person that did something. What if it was she was so drunk and it was all them dudes in there? She should not be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
it shouldn't go like that. So I would say just keep in mind, even though I know it's hard, everybody like to have fun, just think about it. Think about what could happen. And you got to keep in mind that people in this world are sick. Yeah, these dudes go around, they might seem nice. You don't know what they'll do. I have no advice for them as I were out there. I like you said, I think he should keep her off the streams at this point. If anything was gonna keep you off of her, keep her off the streams, this should be it. If you
Yeah.
bring her back on after that, I think you feel like she did nothing wrong. But that is, I guess we'll see that later. You hit it. I think somebody calling us. I think somebody calling us.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on. Let
Oh
me see what they talking about.
shoot.
Hey, Ashley and Keontae. So, my question is, how would you find out if your significant other was trying to get back with their ex?
Mmm.
So how would I feel?
Yes, if your significant other was trying to get back with their ex.
Okay, well,
Hmm.
first I would like to thank the caller who called in. We appreciate
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
question. So let's sit and wonder.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't have to, but I'm just gonna sit and wonder. Um, if my significant other was trying to get back with his ex, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if your ex is trying to get back, your significant other is trying to get back with your ex, I feel like signs would have been shown earlier. Like I feel like this
Yes.
just would not have been a shock. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, and I'm just gonna be 100. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think, as women, I only can speak as women. I don't know about men. We sometimes purposely ignore these red flags. They're there. They're showing. We purposely want to be in denial. We do. And we have to just be honest. So I'm just gonna say that. Now, how I feel about it is, yes, at the end of the day, I will be hurt because
Mm.
that's my significant other. We probably built something together. Not even just building, because something like that building word started to get on my nerve. I don't know what it is, but just had that emotional connection. Once you kind of built that, it's almost hard to let go for real. So, of course, at the end of the day, I'm hurt, sad, but Big Dog gonna step in and cut them off.
And
That's just
yeah,
what it is. Let them go.
mm.
I think that's the best advice I can give somebody when somebody wants to go. Let them go. I know it's hard. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's so easy. Oh my God, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do anything. I just cut them off like that. No, this is life. We're humans. We have emotions.
Yeah.
But if they want to go, let them go.
Yeah, like that.
So yes, caller number one.
Yeah. Call number one. Oh, okay. So, like you said, we do ignore red flags. I for
We.
sure.
I'm just playing. Don't put me in it. I'm just playing.
Well, let me say we don't ignore red flags. We purposely dismiss them or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have a red flag in front of us, but it's kind of like, okay, well, I'll worry about that tomorrow. Then tomorrow turn into the next day, and then we just end up it gonna hit harder later. Just believe it. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's that one thing I always say. Like once you see something, yeah, it's easy to tuck it, and I know it's easy to for the piece of a relationship. It's easy to be like, like
Mm-hmm.
it ain't that big of a deal, but I promise you, when you see the whole everything of it, it's gonna hit so
Yes.
hard later. I promise you, and you're gonna
Yes.
look back and feel worse because you didn't say that the first time. That's
Mm-hmm.
literally it. I'm sorry. That's just like you can't ignore it. Like if you want to go through that, fine. But I promise you, no matter what, when it hit later, oh, you're gonna be sick to your stomach. You're gonna be sick to your stomach. You're gonna be
Growing
sick
up,
to your stomach.
everything.
So no, you're gonna wish. I'm talking about you're gonna regret everything you just gave that person. It's just gonna
Hey, be ready to kill
I'm talking for real. Like it just yeah. And another thing, people I think this that is the scary thing about I think talking to people, period, or getting a relationship, period, is how do you truly know that people are like done with it? Really no way of telling that they're over the last person without them explicitly telling you. There's no way to
them.
figure it out. I mean, it's so easy to, ball up feelings and then be like, well, getting to the next person is a way to cope with not being over somebody. So you never truly know if somebody is done with that last person. You just never know. Like, no matter what, I think you going to every relationship, you literally have to. I know people hate to ask questions about people's past. I'm sorry, you got to know a little something. You got to because
Amen.
you gotta know people history, especially their recent history. You ain't gotta know who they talked to in middle school, but you need to know who they talked to last year. I'm sorry, like you got to. That's for real. You have to.
Amen.
Ain't no over. I'm sorry. Every time, and then I ain't even gonna talk about where I'm at now, um, but best believe, and everybody can attest to this. I'm gonna ask. I need to know what's going on with this recent stuff. I need to know like where you at because that'll let me know what we finna do. Because I need to know
Right.
straight up. You gotta go and tell me. I'm gonna find out later anyway, but you need to go ahead and tell me. I mean, just be honest. So I think that's that challenging thing of getting into any new relationship or talking to somebody. Like you truly never know what's going on in their head. Like no matter what they tell
Mm-hmm.
you, just don't
I
know.
think the hardest part is telling yourself like whatever they tell me, it's just like you gotta go with it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't
Mm-hmm.
know. So that's the only
Mm-hmm.
way you can build that trust is just by trusting what they say. Now,
Yeah.
if they are not trustworthy, especially at the beginning, or they're not backing up what they said, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's when you got to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. Is even talking about it just give me so much anxiety. I'll
It
be
do.
like, yep.
It do. Like I'm telling you, like that's a
Oh,
problem. And that's what trust issues start right there. That's what it's it.
for
Like
real.
you just don't know. Like I ain't gonna say you don't know who you with, but you just don't know as much as you want to know about them because just like I'm gonna say on my end, I ain't gonna. Yeah, on my end, I cannot tell something if I don't want to. So what makes me think that they can't do the same thing if that makes sense? Like
That is true.
it just is what it is, but it's so bad. But caller number one, just yeah, and also make sure it's worth whatever. I'm sorry, like
Hey, man,
yeah,
it's just,
just make sure it's worth it. Yeah.
and I get it because especially when you have those conversations with them about
Mm-hmm.
past experiences or not experience, but past people or whatever. I think the hard part for me is actually listening. And
Mm-hmm.
I told this person before is like, oh, you actually like really like somebody like I don't know, I can't explain it. Just like, well, you really love this person. Just hold on now,
Mm-hmm.
goddamn,
Yeah,
hold the
yeah.
fuck up, hold the motherfucking break, hold up. But then I had to sit back in myself. You gotta sit back in your feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to sit in mine. So I wanted to hurt, so I won't go back to it. That's how
Yeah, you
I
gotta remember
operate.
that
I'm
feeling.
not
Remember
saying
that
this the right
feeling.
way. You gotta remember that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to look at it like, oh my God, the same way he's saying that or had that experience with someone, I've had the same experience. So
Yeah.
it's the same. Like everything he sounds like, dang, I felt this way about somebody too. So I think you are truly over your ex if you really like just wasn't in love with them. But I think if you really love them, you guys built something, I feel like it always gonna linger. Not saying
Always.
to a point where you're cheating and want to go back,
Mm-hmm.
but you always will have love
For
for that
sure.
person. You're just not
Mm-hmm.
in love with them. So
Yeah.
I get it. So I'm grown enough to understand it. I had to look at my own situation. I'm like, damn, that's how I felt about so and
Yeah.
so. Okay. So yes, caller, run.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
I about to say no,
But
bro.
no, for real.
Everybody know Kayla Nicole pretty much. I want to say she ain't really been on the internet as much, but of course we know that she had got married at one point, bought a car, had children, had a house, did everything. So anyway, recently what she's went viral for, I do that when I forget what I'm gonna say. But recently what she went viral for is where she actually let him keep the children. Like they got a divorce or they separated or something, and she let him keep the children. Well, most of the time it's kind of like the mama keeping the children and the daddy kind of be the one paying child support or whatever. She let
hmm
him keep the children, and she kind of just did her work life. Of course, that sounds foreign to the internet. Like that's the tradition is to the mama take it on and daddy just go live his life.
Right.
And then he paid money, which paying money don't mean you take care of the child, but you know what I'm saying.
hmm
And since it's flipped, now they are kind of criticizing her for it.
Nothing against people having kids young. I ain't got no children. My mom had me young. Whatever. I don't give a damn. But
Mm-hmm.
what I will say is, this is just one of these examples where it don't matter if you got all the money in the world, if you don't, if you middle class, do not have kids young. Because at the end of the day, nobody say, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Not lived your life. I don't care if you got married at 23, 18, 17, 15. If you not married at 15, 17, 18, 23, I would highly suggest just not to have children because it's just even a thought process. I ain't gonna say if you live
Mm-hmm.
like, because I think people view living life differently. Some people look at it
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I got a party every night. Some people look at it like
Mm-hmm.
traveling. Some people just look at it like just enjoying peace and being at home and all that. So everybody's views on living life is different, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's just an example. It don't matter how much money you have, you just never ready for children, right? At any age. I get it. Okay. Just throw that out there. Two, if we're going back to her giving, women sometimes like, are we having children just to try to keep guys around? Like, do I think they like each other? I did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is what it is, I guess, but I question that a lot because for you to easily just be like, okay, especially as a mom, I do hold mothers to a higher standard than
You have
dads. That
to,
does not mean dad don't do nothing. That's not
but
what
you
I'm
got
saying.
to. You got
But
to.
the child came out of you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you literally birthed that child. So I just cannot understand like how it's, and I'm not saying it was easy, but it's just like how, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But her giving the children over to him, right? I think in the real world, this perfect world, it's okay. If you feel like you haven't lived your life or you got more to do, they're in a stable situation, and that's the best place for your kids, I'm all for it. Now, outside this perfect world, and we got to be not even realistic because I feel like that's realistic. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
putting your kids in a stable situation, healthy, and you just not, you're out working and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say more so in a non-reality and for real,
Mm-hmm.
it is so unfair for a child not to have both parents. At the end of the day, I don't care, mother or dad. If you not there, and even if you, because I know a lot of parents, like women and men, be like, I gotta go out and I gotta make the money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the breadwinner. I'm gonna say I see a lot of women say that too
Yeah.
when they just leave the kids with the grandparents and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you made this bed and now you got to lie in it. When
Yeah.
kids are involved, yes, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, that's my point from what I said before. All this shit need to be here before you had kids. Am I
Thank
saying
you.
it's gonna be a perfect world if you had kids later and you got money? That's not what I'm saying. But I do think you'll be somewhat a little prepared.
Yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I wish people would stop fighting people on this and stop being emotional about it. If you had kids, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the part. Like just learn from it, so that your
Mm-hmm.
kids won't make these same mistakes. Because we hear parents a lot saying, "I don't want my kids to be like me," or "I want my kids to be better than me." That involves that too. So why would
Thank
I?
you.
If I had a kid at 23, I'm gonna say 23 because I think 23 is older than 18. But at
Mm,
the same time, if we look back at 23, we were still young and dumb. Like what?
yeah.
I can
Mm-hmm.
imagine having no child at 23. I can't even imagine having kids now.
I'm always, I just got to be that dude. I mean, or that child. Well, I'm always give my mama her flowers in that way. I think it's unfair
Mm-hmm.
to the parents that were by themselves and who make it happen anyway versus those parents who I can't take care of these children right now or that, the one, I hate, this, I hate to see parents, and it's so off topic, but I gotta say it. I hate to see parents that be on Facebook places trying to put their child somewhere in the summertime, or like what happened during COVID when they was doing S home and school or whatever. When these parents
Oh
trying to
yeah.
push their children somewhere else, he's like, your children. What? I'm lost. Did you feel like you was gonna only have them partially forever? Like it's like they almost don't even want them at home for a full day. You don't even want to do the parent part. You ain't doing nothing at home. What you
Right.
mean? I get you need a break, but you ain't even doing it most of the time. Like you expect the teachers and the daycare people, and that's who you expect to be the parents with you. They're not. You are. So I do
Mm-hmm.
think, like, I'm glad you said unfair because I do think it's unfair to those parents who just make it happen anyway, who do whatever, and you think you can sit there and be like, "Well, I got to go to work and stuff, so somebody got to get these children." Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, but anyway, um, so and to go to them, that's another thing where if it's something with people, and I notice with a lot of young people, because you like somebody, you love them, whatever. I don't know what they automatically feel like. Okay, now it's time to do the big moves. Like, no, well, we're together, so it makes sense to have a child. You don't even know what having a child mean. Apparently, if you feel like you think you playing house, you are not children anymore. They literally think they're gonna get a baby doll and play house and like the little house thing outside in the playground. Y'all really feel like it's that much of a joke where you can be like, yeah, we having children. Well, are you kidding me? And then you that young, you don't even understand what you're gonna do. It's almost like they literally feel like, okay, I got somebody, now it's time to do that. Are you crazy? Like, what in the world? See back where they was telling her, and this is more their relationship, not with the children, but when she was buying the car and stuff. I think this is what I want if women, men, whoever, if you feel like if you're doing these big stuff, you want to buy people a car, you want to buy them a house, you want to do them all, and you're looking crazy, don't defend it. Just do it. Because you don't realize once you defend it, you're gonna look even crazier. If you know, sometimes we do stuff that we know is probably crazy. We know this person don't deserve, we do it. I'm not gonna say we, but I know people do it. Well, like we say that we give people stuff they don't deserve or whatever. And then we sit there and defend it like, oh no, I'm doing this. No, just do it. Please just do it. Don't say nothing about it, because when she was defending that, buying the car and stuff, same thing with Cardi B. Don't defend it. Just do it. Buy the car.
Please.
Don't say nothing. Just do it. You did it. Fine. It's your money. I can't take what to do. But at the same time, don't defend your actions. Just do it. Because it's going to make you look crazier. And both of them in this situation. Wow. Children are nothing to y'all. Like, are you kidding me? You think that child going to remember all these quote unquote internet business moves you doing, or they gonna remember you being in their life? Which one? Please, which one you think that what's gonna stick with that child longer? You being there present, doing the parent part, or this money you so called making? Like you're not gonna have no connection with your children when they get older. If you're not there in their younger years, do you not get that? But I know these young parents, they not. It ain't on. It ain't
and
on.
kids gonna remember this stuff.
They do.
Like you do. Were a kid. Don't you remember?
Thank you. As much, and that's why I said, as much as parents think that they can turn a blind eye or like think they can turn their child away to the corner and they don't see nothing that's going on, that child remember all them feelings. They know what's going on and what's not. It sticks with you. It's part of your development. Like what they don't
Every time I think of the word mother, right, I always think of like the animalistic part of it, where if you think about bears and dogs and stuff like that, right, how think of the protector, we think about the dad. I think like the dad, the males protect the clan, like they protect the house. But I think mothers, even if you look at bears, monkeys, whatever type of animals, mothers protect the children.
Yes. Yep.
Anytime you're around a bear, you see cubs. They don't say, "Oh, the dad's around." They say the mama got to be somewhere near.
Yep.
Because she's gonna always protect her cubs, and I think it's the same way because we are animals we have animalistic instincts, right? Where the mom is always extra protective about their kids. Am I saying Kayla's not? That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's almost like, I just don't see how you sleep and you don't know where your children is. Even if they are with the dad at home in the bed, it's just like, I need to see my kids in the house with me, sleep under my roof with me. Not in bed with me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, But also too, it made me think too, where one of my guy friends asked, why don't I have any kids, right? He asks all the time, and so many reasons. And I think one of the main reasons is because I right now cannot give my kids the lifestyle that I know that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because I have to work right now. I'm still living my life. I still want to enjoy my Jeep without having kids in it. So when kids get in, I want to be like, oh goddamn, I can't even enjoy the damn Jeep.
That is true. Yeah. That's fair.
Enjoy me for a second.
And that's being fair for the children. Two,
I feel like I always say, you've been around people where I'm like, this person ain't live their life. Even if they have kids or don't. They haven't experienced certain things, right? And you can tell. And that's the thing, is like, I want to be able to experience life. So if I do have children, 100% focus is on them, making sure that they have life let's just say if I feel like, oh, this school system isn't good, I'm able to get money or have the
Mm-hmm.
money to move to another state somewhere. And I know, because people like, no, it ain't gonna work like that. You ain't gonna always have all the money, whatever. I don't care. But at the same time, I know that I'll be in a setting to where damn somewhere I'm gonna make it work because I see a lot
Right.
of people with kids that sit in stuff because you can't get out of it
Mm-hmm.
because you went in it with nothing.
Yeah.
You had a young mind, no money, and now you just still playing catch up. And now it's like I think sometimes I see the excuses like, well, I had my kids early. I'm almost done raising them. It's like you so happy. Like I just want to enjoy every second of
Bit
my
of it.
child's life. I want
Mm-hmm.
to go to their games. I want to be at their school events. I want to be the PTA mama. I want us to live in the suburban neighborhood. Like I want
Yeah.
all that. I want to have
Mm-hmm.
the Jeep down and we riding around me and my man. You know what I'm saying?
You got the most versatile job out of everybody. Stop
Hello,
playing with me.
somebody.
Stop playing with me. That ain't even no excuse. I'm sorry. The people that come in, I
This
wanted
girl
to.
can make 3 YouTube videos and be good for the rest of the month. Like,
Man, that do you not get how easy? If anything, it's easy for if the mothers that are like them social media. I mean, the creators and stuff. I'm pretty sure they spend time with their children. Like you have no
mm-hmm.
choice. I mean, your job is that versatile. You should be grateful for that. Like we do every episode, we're gonna leave you with something that'll keep
Something
you
to
on your
sleep
good foot.
on.
Watch this. I guess I'll go first. If you see red flags, you see stuff, you want to know about it now, it's itching you, and you feel like putting it in your pocket, and you think you're going to throw it back at them later, it's going to choke you out later. So your best bet is to go ahead and ask about it and nip it now. Go ahead. If you feel like you see something, do it now. If
You
it's a
see
problem,
something, say something.
exactly. Do it now. I'm telling you, it ain't no good to save it. That I know people love to keep peace. Do forget about keeping peace in a relationship. If you gotta hold your tongue in a relationship, ain't no peace anyway. So that's just it.
Amen.
That's it. Yeah.
You back off a little what you said, which is I feel like if you gotta hold your tongue and we know I ain't got nobody, so I can't give no advice. But I'm gonna give some advice. So I do believe if you have to hold back certain things in a relationship, then it may not be peace within you eventually,
Right.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I talk about me wanting to be free in a relationship, that's what I'm talking about right there. Free
Mm-hmm.
to be able to speak and say what I want to say and also give my partner that same freedom. Like
Mm-hmm.
if that hurts her feelings, tell me. Like let's talk about it. Like because I feel like if I know me. If I hold something in for so long, like I'm just gone because it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to say this because I'm trying to keep the peace or working around the edge. So you know how when you argue with
Mm-hmm.
somebody and you had a little
Yeah.
icky feeling
I
after
don't.
you argue, it's just like,
Yeah. Make it sick to your stomach.
and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah, just leave it
But
all together. Yeah.
yeah, so and I know people like, are you gonna have that relationship? I don't care what nobody say. Like,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I just feel like it's somebody out there where you not gonna feel like it. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
That is
I
true.
just
Yeah.
I just feel like when you find the right person, you communicate well with them, everything's just open and free. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you'll have a good relationship, regardless if
It,
I had one or not. No, I ain't never been married. No, but I just really believe that when you can be yourself in a relationship,
it's gonna
that'll
be
be the
good.
best relationship ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody say. Fight me. Get in the comments and be like, no, if you've been with somebody 20 years, you're gonna fight. You're gonna do all that. I don't
No.
care. I said
Yeah.
what I said, and I'm not changing it. And yes,
Just
I'm
like that.
gonna have the perfect relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And another
Manifest.
thing, this is not my real hair. I know y'all think it's my real hair, but
And if you have anything you want us to answer or give you some advice on, definitely you know where to send it at. Let us know. We ready here. We ready to answer your call. We're gonna answer your call.
yes.
This number right here got a lot of minutes. Send it to us.
I'm too
Anyway,
weak.
see y'all on the next episode. We're out.